Hey, Michelle, girl. Did you hear me over here cursing like a sailor? Did you hear me over here cursing like a sailor? I didn't know. I'll be right back. Hold on a second. I ain't know that y'all could hear me. Okay, I'm back. I didn't know if y'all could y'all hear me. I didn't know I didn't go live or nothing. I didn't think I did. I mean, I was over here cursing like a sailor on the phone with my friend. Did y'all hear me? Good morning. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. It's 12:30. That's because I just got out the bed. Hey Jay, well I appreciate you, and I'm glad you could make it. Hey FAMU, if I'm coughing and hacking up a lung, don't worry about it. I had to cover my eyes a little. I didn't give y'all no lashes. I put on a little shirt. I still got on my pajamas, and I got a little earring on for y'all. But as soon as we done, guess where I'm going? Back to bed. Hey Randy, hey Mona, listen. I don't think y'all heard me. Did you hear me, Michelle, when I was in here? Because you was the first one here. Did you hear me when I was cursing like a sailor? Hey, Mercedes Boo, y'all is flying up in this piece. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. You know, I've been in this room by myself. First, my door was open when I first had the quarantine, and my son, I guess I was barking too many orders because I had things going on. I could hear what's going on in there with them. And so he came in here, politely took my purses off my door and said, I want you to oh God. So that means people who hearing the replay gonna hear it, huh, Michelle? Lord help me. Lord help me. Oh well, I mean, listen. It is what it is. I'm gonna have to change my monetization. Maybe I can edit it out. I'm gonna have to see. I ain't never used the editing tool on YouTube. Anyway, yeah. Thank you for telling me that, Michelle. But I was cursing like a sailor, I tell you. And my friend said that. Well, that's what you get. If you want the backstory on it, let me just tell you, Michelle, since you're the only one who hear it and people might rewind it to hear it, let me just give you the backstory. So I used to go to this nail shop, inexpensive, really good nail tech. She is Vietnamese, and I brought lots of people to her. One girl introduced me to her, and then I just brought all my friends and all my people because she was inexpensive and she did really great nails. This is when I was wearing acrylics, because now I wear dip nail, and these are mine. And so during Corona, during the onset of it, she was and I'm sorry about that with the clearing of the with the phlegm. So listen, so she was the only person open. You know, when everything was closed, she was sneaking open, cash only. So I went. Me and my homegirl went. I didn't have, when I saw that they had cash only, I was like, oh hell, I don't have no cash. I was only getting my feet done. So whoever was doing my feet heard me say that, and I was talking to my friend, asking her, "Do you got any cash?" Because I have no cash. You know, I'll sell it to you, blah blah blah. And she was telling me yes. And then I heard them speaking in Vietnamese, and the lady who was doing my feet looked up at me and said, "You don't have no money?" What? I was like, "Why are you in my business? I could pay for my my feet or whatever." And they started talking again, and then I was like, "So you was finna do what? Stop doing my feet?" I said, "You lucky you started, because I'd get my ass up out of here and I'd leave." The owner, who is Candy, who normally do my feet and my nails and all of that, acted like she didn't know who I was. I mean, when I say I was religiously coming in there, my feelings was hurt. I said that hoe won't never get another dollar from me. Not another penny. Okay. And so one of my other girlfriends, Deshawn, who goes all the time still, she says, Candy always asks about you. I said, tell that bitch don't ask about me. She will never get another goddamn penny out of my pocket. It's a lot more that happened in the nail shop, like the conversation. But let me tell you, I was offended. I was bruised. My feelings was hurt. I brought you thousands of dollars with these black women that I didn't brought in here because you do all the fancy nails for cheap. But you ain't got to worry about they can keep going, but you ain't got to worry about me and my money. And my friend was embarrassed, like she was on speaker. Oh, Michelle. Okay, that was a lot. Hey, Karen. Hey. Y'all, let me just say, yes, we did freeze. Yes, I have internet issues. I've been having internet issues for the last 3 days, and I'm mad about it. So let me start off with that because I'm in my room, so the internet should be popping, but it's not. It's buffering like it want to fight the whole time. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, like how this gonna work out. I might have to go lay down because if it keep doing it, it irritates me. It irritates me. I'm watching a movie, isolated, watching movies, anything I'm doing, downloading a ebook, and it's just all freezing. Yeah, yes, we do. Let's declare it now, okay? Let the church say amen. Come on, stay tuned, review. Let me put this in here. We gonna see what we. My spirit is willing. My spirit is willing. Okay, it's willing. I'm new to the group. I'm looking forward to the chat. Well, Miss Sylvia, we want to say welcome. You are welcome, and all views and opinions are welcome. We operate in love and kindness, and we respect each other's opinions, no matter how different they are, because we be having different opinions. Okay, we've got a variety of age groups up in here, and so sometimes that generational gap be having me looking, be having them looking, but we love each other and we respect it because we learn stuff. We be learning stuff. Okay, so I put the link in here so y'all can join me sooner than later. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Okay. So who we talking about first? Because I saw Isis say that Walter got what he deserved. Um, who we talking about first? Because I mean, let me apologize now for all this coughing and hacking that I'm doing, and any kind of side spit of the phlegm that I'm taking care of. Okay. So, well, then let's talk about Sabrina and Walter. Then, if they're gonna get some different opinions, I like when we have different opinions and we are going through. Okay, so Sabrina and Walter, I was here for it. Okay, I was here for her telling him, "Nah, bruh, um, this journey ends right now today." This journey ends right now and today. Isis has said it. Listen, Walter lacks low energy or lacks energy to court a woman. At the top, she said low energy. Listen, I think he lacks low energy for women of a particular age. Because when we saw him dealing with Moomin, seemed like he had a little more a little more pep in his step for her. I think that he also isn't used to dealing with after his wife when they passed away, dealing with women of his own age group or close near, so it's easier to kind of like pull the wool over your eyes. I'm not saying that um, there aren't 20 year olds and early 30-year-olds that don't see the forest for the trees, because my little sisters now. You know what I'm saying? They own. I'm really proud of them. A lot of them is not taking as long to get to the places that we were. Oh, come on. Come on in. Come on in. I should start singing that song. I don't know it right now. The tune is escaping my mind, but it's a church. Huh? Good morning.
Can you hear
Or
me?
afternoon. Hello. Let me
Hi, how are you?
I'm actually feeling pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. Hanging in there.
Pronounce your name for me.
Oh, it's Fafa. It's just short.
Papa.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say it, but listen. I mean, and butchered somebody's name and called you something else, and then it'd be it.
No,
I'm so glad
okay.
I'm glad you joined me on screen. Good. I keep wanting to say good morning, beautiful, but that's because I just woke up. That's because I just woke up. Good afternoon, beautiful. How are you today? Happy New Year.
Oh, same to you. Thank you.
So come on, tell me what you think about Sabrina and Walter. Give it to me.
Honestly, I feel like she been new since he. I remember when she was Frank spoke to her. She's like, listen, you guys not. 1 minute you guys want to talk, want to call, but when it's elimination week, the next when it's not elimination week, the guys don't talk to her. So I'm like, she kind of sensed it was coming. My whole thing was like, why didn't you just leave already? That's the only thing I did not like. I did appreciate her doing that because I was like, girl, Walter is not serious. I do appreciate the way she went about it, but I'm like, you've been sensitive. Why didn't you just leave already?
Well, I can't speak for her, but maybe she just wanted to stay on the show.
That's one whole thing I
Maybe
don't
she
like
was.
about it. It's like you're wasting space in the sense. Cool, I understand you're trying to find someone, but leave it for someone else that could has wanted to be there.
Yeah, yeah. But I guess too, a lot of people were self-eliminating, and I would have got tired. One more person eliminating themselves would have probably got on my nerves. And then, let's give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she was saying he's gonna come around. Or maybe she just wanted to be able to wear that badass dress that she wore on the on the day on what's called chosen day,
Yeah.
Tiffany Day. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree what she wanted to say at the end, but it's just like you grown enough, you old enough, you seasoned enough to know he ain't checking for you. She knew. He knew. That's the only thing. If it was someone in there, if it was like Moni, what's her name?
Moomin?
Moomin. If I understand her, because she's kind of younger, she really might not be experienced as Sabrina. I'll take that from her. But as far as Sabrina, like you seasoned enough to know, hey, he's playing game.
Yeah. And she was saying, you're right. She was saying it the whole time that he was playing games, that he's giving me red flags, he's inconsistent, just a whole lot of stuff. And I do believe she called him on it once or twice and called the men about it too.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like, because wasn't he the only one checking for her? Like, even though
Literally, I believe that was the only connection she had. And I'm like, how she stayed that long? That's the only thing in a sense, I don't like about Artia is the fact is they pick and choose. They pick and choose, or who could have one person until the end and who cannot. Because technically Sabrina had nobody else. I might be wrong, but I don't recall anybody else checking for her besides Walter. Where other people, when they have one person, it became an issue. I understand, they might go a little aggressive, a little different, but at the end of the day, isn't that the whole thing is to have somebody until the end?
yeah.
That's the only thing is like, people, please make it make sense when it comes to your logic about. I get it. You don't like certain cast members. I get that, but we can't go too deep into their character as human being. That's the only thing I do not like as far as fans. You have your own expression. I get that, but when you start criticizing their character as human being, I stopped like there. I'm like, hey, based on the show, based on the edit, it is what it is. But don't say, oh, that's who they are. Oh, how can their profession allows them to be that person on TV? Hello, maybe they know how to balance it out.
Yeah, listen. Listen. These people, and then I'm looking at the chat as you're talking, and they're saying, ISIS is saying that he's an actor, a known actor in the DC area. So I mean, I don't know, like I don't think I don't know about Walter. And y'all said Walter was old and older than what he was saying he was. Anyway,
Yeah.
everybody was saying he was not. What did he come on saying? He was what, 45?
I think so. In mid-40s, I believe.
Yeah. So, and they said he looked a lot older than that. So I don't know. But Stay Tuned Review said that Walter could have got a heads up. I don't think so. Like, why?
Why would he? Why would she give him a heads up? He was playing with her.
That's my point. If you strung me along the whole time, well, I'm gonna play the game with you, and then we're gonna get to the end, and I'm gonna be like, and I think she was graceful when she said, "Nah, bruh," like, nah, because it didn't feel good. I was number 2 all the time. I think she just felt like this is my opportunity to make it to the end, show my couture fashion that I created myself, and
exactly.
I really think.
No, I like how she went about it, because at the end, I think he was like, "Oh, call me." He was like, "Oh, I know I'm gonna call you because you never call me." I laughed when she said that. I was like, "Hey, it's true."
Oh, Dee says, in her opinion, that the men were intimidated by Sabrina. She seemed way out of their league. Her beauty, her smarts was probably too much for them, and they all knew that. That is definitely a
but that's no offense. That was like 90% of the women.
No, I think some of them women fit right in. No, were right exactly what they used to.
What's her name? Aisha, I think she was
probably out of their league.
And then, as much as what's her name, she's cuckoo crazy, Camille. There's something she's cuckoo crazy, but I'll give her that. She has an intelligence where most of us don't have. So I think it might be that too. And she verbalized it more, so it's kind of might be, and did not work in her favor.
Right.
So
right. But you're talking about Camille, right?
Yeah, Camille, yeah.
But Camille was batshit crazy, and her facial expressions, all of that was probably a lot for
anybody. Too much.
Take on.
Yeah.
3 cast members don't represent DC transplants. They don't represent DC. They're transplant. Oh, these cast members. Lord, I should put on some glasses. That's J-Dub. What's up, J-Dub? Let me see. I think they fit right in as well. I seem like a good woman too. I had mixed feelings about Walter. When a man is really into you, they will let you know. He just wanted to stay until the end.
Yeah.
That's what. Hey, Kathy girl. Hey, Kathy girl. I agree. Even I do agree that even the shyest of men will come for you if they are into you. Yeah. They may take them. You can see it and feel it in the energy. And Walter just did not have the "I'm attracted to you" energy. I thought that they were going to be a good match after that when they first met and they had that vulnerable moment together. But he was probably just acting.
I think the only reason why he did not go further with Moomin is because she wanted to stay celibate until marriage, I believe. That's the only reason why he did not check for her. Because I'm trying to hunch down now, not later.
Okay, so because I didn't see Walter's interview. He said she wasn't really checking for him. It seemed like a battle for who would let their guard down first. Now listen, that's a whole lot. That's a whole lot in one sentence. No. Excuse me. That's a whole lot in one sentence because of the simple fact that it's a battle in most relationships. I'm fine. Yeah, I think you fine. I think I'm a good catch. And if we don't know how to just enjoy the moment, then we end up in this battle. This show is about dating life. Let me see. Hold on. Let me put this up because I can see it good. This show is about dating life in a specific city. With respect to that, they were on point about dating life in DC. It's not about the participants being born and raised from their area.
That's true. I kind of agree because I'm not gonna bash them like, oh, they're implants. Like, hey, most of us not even from where we live currently. So hey, we're not gonna get the best representation of that city unless, and it's DC. It's professional. Most of them are in politics. They're not gonna come on the show and presumably gonna be edited a certain way. They're not gonna. Their job, no, they're not gonna sit here and risk their career for a 15-minute of fame.
For 15 minutes of fame. Okay, wait, we getting all kind of like hold on. Where oh, this was Amy. No, I didn't see the I like I said, my internet want to fight. Oh, look at your beautiful baby girl. Hi.
Go, daddy.
She said, I want to talk too, mommy. What are you talking about? I want to talk too. Um, I don't know, even know what I was saying. You know,
it happens.
It's okay. Let me see. What I was just getting ready to point
something about Camille. I think it came up on the screen.
Oh, thank you. So Camille, I didn't get a chance to see the clippings of the finale because my internet wanted to fight. So I really only caught the end of Dante and Aisha. And I tried to wait while it was buffering, but it was taking so long. And I just said, forget it. And, I knew she said yes, he said yes. And so I ended it. So I'm excited, though. I can't wait to see what happened. Let me see. From the looks of the reunion, okay, this is from the looks of the reunion. Crazy Camille, the only one with her man, and left the show. None of them look like they together. Huh?
I was surprised.
She probably bullied him into that. You better say we together. I don't know. Let me not say that. That's not nice. That's not nice. And then somebody has said that Camille. Oh, it was Amy that said that she tried to say that she wouldn't fight the ladies if they had eliminated Cornelia.
Oh, the preview for next week.
Mm-hmm. I didn't get.
I don't trust that preview. I think what it is they take a bit of what Aisha was saying and what Camille and Cornelius was saying, and they just put them together. I think it's two different conversation where she's like, "No, I did not." He's like, "No, she did not," and then Aisha was like, "Yeah, you did," or something. I think it's two different bits they put together, making one. You know how shows are, where they edit one thing to make it cohesive with each other, but really it's two different conversations, two different things that did not even happen at the same time.
Yeah, they do that all the time. So I'm gonna put the link. I done dropped it in here a million times without saying it. I kept meaning to say it as I dropped the link. If you want to join us on the screen, because I'm feeling better, but I'm still a little wonky a little bit. So y'all just bear with me. Who else are we talking about? Who else you want to talk about, Papa? How about let's talk about I was watching Jada this morning as I was going through comments, and he mentioned Frank. And he mentioned that Frank, when Phil walked into the brunch, Frank's response was, "Oh, wow," which I did catch. But he heard on the back end that he called him, daddy. And I thought, I didn't hear that. And so I'm just wondering if anybody else who watches Jada heard what he said and heard Frank make that statement. Because I did hear the, "Oh, wow." Like he was like, "Oh, wow." Like we would be like, "Oh, wow." But I just glossed over it.
No, I only heard that part. I did not hear the other one. I guess I wasn't paying attention. Really?
I didn't hear it either, but I said that I was gonna have the opportunity to go back after I got up from my nap. I was gonna go back.
Yeah, should rewatch it. I'll probably rewatch it. I do not recall.
Yeah. And Mercedes, listen, I think too, maybe she was giving him the opportunity because she was 1B. We got Faith about to come into the building. Hello, Faith.
Hi.
New Year.
I'm in my
dirty. We can hear you.
I'm in my dirty closet. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Try to move around. I don't know.
We can't see that much. We can't see that much.
It's like I have everything here, my phone set up, my computer here, so I'm just in my drink. Sorry.
Yeah, that don't be
Okay.
sorry. It's okay.
How
No
you
need.
guys doing?
Thank you.
I'm doing all right. I can't complain. I'm on this side of the living, so I'm all right.
Good, good.
So tell me
I
what you got. What you want to say?
Walter and Sabrina. I think Walter liked Moomin more than you did. Judging from the interview we did, I think that kind of was intimidated because she had more connection. I think it started with Dante, where he met her friend or family, and Dante put her hand under the table. So he met her quickly, and then when she was on the bubble, where she might have gotten, he mentioned her connection, and that Frank was a producer. He's a little petty. So I think that was a problem for Walter, and also that she was friends with Nadia. And he felt like Nadia and Camille were the ones who had her come to that piano room, and that started all the mess.
Oh, you think that's how that went?
But when he talked about always talked about the friendship. I think that they had a good sexual chemistry, and I think the fact that he talked about how important sex was, the movement was, that might have been an issue. But I really do think it's like more like he talked about how they talked about things and maybe seeing a future with her. So I think he liked movement didn't get to see her. So that's a walk. You remember Sabrina was like, I hate feeling like his default choice, or I'm not gonna be his default choice. And I think she felt that too. That he like, and he even in the interview he mentioned that movie. Sabrina
you kind
was
of like maybe it's just mine. You kind of sound like a little bit underwater, like a little like we catch you a little bit. So it's kind of hard to follow all the way, and I want everybody to hear what you're saying really clearly.
Okay. I'm gonna have to put headphones on.
Girl, that's okay. You're gonna be cute with the headphones on, okay?
This show, no makeup came on.
Listen, it's fine. I only put a little something under my eye and some earrings on and some lipstick so I didn't look like I look dead. Cause baby, I look like I just came out the ground. That's how I like, you know how you look when you got the flu. Yeah, that's how I look. Like I just came out. I was like, oh, do something with yourself. Don't scare the people. Don't scare the people.
I'm gonna see if I turn my volume down, if that'll help. I can't hear you yet because I'm gonna put my earphones in my computer. But did that help at all or no?
It did help a little bit.
Okay.
It did.
So am I still underwater?
No, ma'am. You are not underwater
Okay.
anymore.
Then
Perfect.
I will see if I can put my headphones in my computer, and maybe somebody else can talk while I get my life together.
Let me see. So somebody said Frank was more physically attracted to Sydney, but felt that Moomin would have been a better mother for his children. I'm gonna have to agree. I think that he was physically attracted to Sydney. He couldn't keep his hands off of her. Like he was next to her and he rubbing on her and on her leg, and anytime they were in close proximity, but she wasn't really reciprocating that energy. She liked him because he was fun, because they were in the same like entertainment business. But I don't think she was digging him in that manner. Moomin also felt like number 2. You can't win. Oh, you can't get out of the and you can't get out of the game. Not at all. Stay tuned, reviews. He is hilarious. So I kind of feel like all of these people, like I really wish that it was, I don't know, something different, because it seems to be going down the drain. The show for me seems to be going down the drain. There aren't really any real connections. You know, so I don't know. It just seems like a bunch of mishmash kind of relationship. Nobody is really getting to know one another. Because I think it's all about. I didn't know they got paid. I didn't know they got some kind of stipend for being there, longer and longer.
I heard about a couple seasons ago. They said that. They mentioned that.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah. So Faith dropped off for a minute. I guess she'll come back when she gets it together. I'm gonna throw it in here in case she's looking for it or somebody else wants to join us. Oh, yes, ready to lust, Jada. But you know what? I'm not even mad at that. If their lustful energy seemed like real to me, I wouldn't even really be mad at that because it would be more honest, right? Instead of me pretending like it's something else. And for me, it would be more honest. And when when we meet people, let me talk for me. When I meet people and I'm attracted to them, I surely don't love them right away. And depending on what,
all you see is the physical.
All you see is the physical. And if they making me laugh a little bit and they giving me the quality time, I'm likely gonna have a little lustful behavior happen.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not gonna even lie and act like I'm not. I mean, I'm conscious about it. But I'd rather that than
pretend that
like they ready to love. None of them are really. What else happened? Let me see who else we got. The resort format is fake format because it's not real life situation. Okay, wait, let me back up. Hold on. They talking fast on me now. Wait a minute. Wait. Other than Aisha and Dante, there weren't any deep connections.
Wait, hold on. I don't understand I like Aisha, but Dante, he's a question mark for me because I really did not see their connection really towards like the end. So I'm like, where did you guys come from?
Yeah, it was. They right before the resort. Somebody
it was like what's her name? Liz and forgot his name.
Liz and Jason.
It's like it just came out of nowhere. Like, where did you guys come from?
They said that they had been chatting on the phone and that they hadn't gotten anywhere on their dates, and so hadn't had an opportunity to date. That they had been chatting on the phone, and so for me, it felt more realistic because they were having conversations
outside.
Versus, however, what I've noticed is that people were like, well, she needs to be cautious with Dante for the simple fact that he kept saying stuff like, we'll see where it goes from here. Let's see what happens. I can't really think of all this stuff, but he was not always very reassuring about his connection. Because at the end, she was like, you promised, like for me, it felt like Aisha thought they was going to be in a real ass relationship at the end. I didn't get that. I get that they were going to be trying to move towards one.
For Aisha, maybe not Dante. I honestly think Dante is just looking at this as like, listen, once this up, maybe 2 weeks, a month, then I'm out. Honestly, that's the feeling I get from him. And I'm like, girl, why are you with him? He's not a bad person. It's just I don't get the vibe where he see long term. Because based on how he talks, I do not see long term with them.
I don't know. I hope that they at least explore an option. But J-Dub say something too on his channel, like because she, is really traditional. And so, he can't afford to take care of her overhead. Her and her 3 children. How many children she got? 3 children, I think?
No, I think
2 children.
2. She got 2. She was
2
pregnant.
Children, and then he's got child support for them 3 different children all over the place. So that's where his money is going. Randy is telling me to watch my language, but baby, let me tell you something. I won't. I'm sorry. It's too much energy for me today to think about all the, so some things might come out that may not seem appropriate because I don't feel like I don't feel good. So when I don't feel good, my filter comes off a little bit. If you caught me at the beginning, like Michelle did, you heard me cursing with my homegirl about the mail lady. So there's that. Let me see. Oh, where's my little tissue? Because I feel like I'm about to cough again. So they try to tell you how to speak in your house. I'm sure that's not. I'm sure Randy didn't mean that. But maybe she did. I love all y'all. I appreciate it, but I got to be honest. I got to be honest with you, okay? This is
It's your channel. You say what you want to say. You don't like. Hey, there's the button and.
Oh no, not you. I'm talking about Dante. Oh, okay.
Oh, I was like, hold on.
I love you, Randy. Randy was like, don't have them coming for me. My apologies, Randy. I'm sorry.
I was like, wait, hold on.
I think Faith is coming back. I think Faith is coming back.
Hi.
Oh, there you go. I think that's better.
Is it? I hope so.
Yes, that's a lot better.
Okay. I still kind of hear it in my ears, but maybe I don't know. Okay, maybe we can keep going. Yeah.
So you were saying about Moomin, like we caught some of it, but not all of it. We're talking about Frank and Moomin. She accidentally turned her camera off.
Yeah.
We don't know how old Dante's kids are. Based on the pictures on his fridge, at least 2 are minors. Listen, I think all 3 of them are minors.
They're minors?
I think all 3 of them are minors.
Wait, hold on. What might, like, under the age of 10 or under the age of 5?
Listen, under the age of 7, under the age of 18, he paying money. So
no, yeah, of course, it's like minors, but like it's like in a sense, like you just had a kid like 2 years ago, type of thing. Are they like back to back, like recently, or like 10
I really
years?
wish we knew. If they're teenagers, we might feel a little different.
I might understand. Hey, you have to back like that, but if they're like 3, 4, 5, 7, no, you're moving different.
Yeah. I hope. Okay. He seemed like though when he was a little younger, he might have been like a player, and then told them ladies he didn't want to be one no more. He thought he was big fun.
But if it's young, that's like 10 years, 8 years ago. But if it's like 5 years ago, nah.
I think they're older.
They're
older. Someone said that he has a child in college.
Oh.
There it is. Antoinette said, I thought one child was 18, one 13, and maybe 5. That makes
I'll give him a little.
Listen,
I understand that. Okay, that I get.
Listen, I actually don't have anything to say about anybody with more than one baby mama. I got 2 baby daddies, okay? My kids is 11 years apart, but I got 2 baby daddies by, 2 kids by 2 different men. They 11 years apart, but so I ain't got nothing to say at all.
About how much kids you have, how many people. It's just the fact that it's how the age range is. It's like, okay, but if you're like 3, 4, 5, and then back to back like that, that's like.
I don't think people even thought about that when he said he had 3 kids by 3 baby mamas. All everybody thought was like 3 kids, 3 baby mamas, and we forget that as women, a lot of us. I'm not saying all of us. Some of us are not married, and we have by different men.
Yeah.
So I
didn't like that he said. I didn't like that he said it was like his past. Like you still have the children. That's very much present. Like the act of having sex was in the past. If you're saying that you're beyond being immature sexually, that's in the past. But your kids, they there. So.
Let's hope that's what he meant. Let's hope.
Yeah, I'm guessing. But he's like judging me for my past. I'm like, no, dude, we judge you because you got 3 kids today. And I mean, that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. They can figure it out.
They could, but this is a good question. Stay tuned. Said, how do we feel about Aisha only wanting to pay a bill or 2, but possibly expecting Dante to take care of her and her kids? We all got silent at one time. We all got silent. I think that's fine. Hey, listen. She can definitely. I honestly, if you can do it, then great. If that is your agreement, then great. But we know that nowadays most households take 2 incomes. I mean, I would have loved. I don't want nobody living with me now. But before, when I was all open to that, I would have loved for somebody to be like, I'm taking care of everything. My mother didn't. My mother kept her paychecks. She didn't even cash her paycheck. She had her paycheck stacked up. My mom is 60. If I'm 45, she'll be 65 in February. But my dad, when I say take care of everything, all she did was spend her money on things that she wanted for us, for the house or the children. When I say the house, like furniture, if she wanted, and she didn't even have to do that. If I want to redecorate, like, but that's not the time that we live
Different time. Yep.
in, right? It takes a lot more money for us to be able to run a household. But I'm here for it. And in addition, though, like, she I think she just really said she wants a man to be what a man should be in her eyes, like maybe like her grandfather or how her father was. I'm not sure if her mother and father are together, but she wants a traditional relationship where he's not expecting, her to be out there. They both out there not being able to make ends meet, like to carry the weight. Let me say that. I'm trying to find the right verbiage in my mind state. Let's see. Oh wait, stay tuned. Said on top of child support payment.
I think
we don't know if he's on child support. So maybe they have a
sending some money because they don't live in the same state with him. He better be sending. He better be sending. He better. Okay. We would.
I think that what she wants.
Contribution. Let me fix myself.
I think that what she wants, and most of us want, is a man who wants to take care of her. If he can't do every bill, I'm sure she's fine with picking up the slack. But a man that's coming in like 50-50, and that 50-50 could work. Like I've been married 15 years, and it's been times where I've paid half, and but for the most part of our marriage, I've been home. So as long as he has the desire to take care of you, I think that's what matters more than what bill he actually pays. Yeah. And she wants him to take care of her, and she wants to take care of him. So I think that's fine. Whatever they work out.
I feel like whatever works in your household works in your household.
To each their own. That's all I say.
Listen, like I said, I don't need nobody to take care in my review. I don't need nobody to take care of my overhead or my children. I want someone to take care of me, right? So for me, it's splurge on me because it's not nobody coming here, right? I mean, if you want to give me a little money, because I know I be over there and we watching Netflix and I'm using your electricity and I'm eating your food, and you want to come and buy me groceries and you want to those are things that you want to do, I'm going to feel cared for, right? But I'm not requiring you to do that. I want you to care for me, though. Like, I want you to take me out and spend your money on me, me and love on me and make me feel, desired and wanted, and let me live in my womanness, my femininity. Let me live there because I'm the boss all the time. You be tired. I'm tired. I be tired. What if, fam, you say being independent is exhausting? It's exhausting. So God bless y'all with husbands that do what they're supposed to do and contribute as they should. Because even married, I was still a boss. My husband was a provider. I mean, was a protector, but he wasn't a provider. So I still, didn't really get to live in my feminine energy. I still leaned heavy on the masculine. So I don't like it anyway. So when I'm with a man, I feel like I want you to plan the date. I want you to take me out. I want you to cater to me. I want you to tell me how beautiful I am. I want you to, allow me to be soft. Those things help me to stay balanced so that I'm not like, I don't know, y'all don't. I always tell a man, you don't want me to be the woman you see me with my children because you're not gonna like me. You're gonna think I'm the one. You're gonna think I'm trying to control you. When all I'm doing is taking charge in places that you don't know how to. So, and normally, if I'm taking charge, that means you don't know how to do shit. So, anyway, I'm just being honest, and I can't stand it. So there we go. Yes, it is unreasonable if they're in separate homes, but I think that she kind of meant if she was, if they were together. And I whatever works for your household works for your household, and you have to agree upon it. So if it's something that you don't agree on, don't do it. Don't do it. If Dante, if Dante is like, I can't, that ain't for me, I can't afford that, then that ain't the man for her. Unless he makes compromises.
Yeah, and what I don't understand is people like all of a sudden not liking Aisha because she says she wants that. If that's not for you, it's not for
That's
you.
not for
Why
you.
be mad because some other man could do it or wants to do it? If you don't want to do it, you want to pay 50-50, you want to pay quarter, go pay your 50-50. Find you somebody who wants you to pay 50% or a quarter or whatever you got. But she wants somebody to pay the majority of the bills, and that's her. Why would that offend anybody? That's what she wants. Either he can do it or he
I
can't.
wonder, you know what it is too. I think that it's the generational. If you think about who's saying they have an issue with it, it's probably more generational than anything else,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
But then it's because you've got a lot of women who are like, who you know would be who are like, yeah, spend your money on me, but I don't want to be married. I don't want to be with you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's all over the place. And so I always tell people, do what feels good to you. What does a healthy, successful relationship look like to you and your partner? What are you discussing? Like, what are those conversations look like? And whatever you guys agree upon is what you agree upon. And the hell with everybody on the outside have to say. Some men do not treat themselves. Let me see what she say. Some men do not treat themselves, but they do take care of their family. Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna drop this in the chat in case somebody else wants to be brave and jump on in. You see us? We regular people. We ain't in here all fabulous. We regular everyday people. Okay, beautiful people, but we regular. We regular.
I missed who
Almost
you guys were talking about when y'all said you don't think it's long term. Was that Phil or Frank?
Wait, who was that?
Somebody else.
It was Phil. Phil, I think, is the
Okay.
one who said, told his aunt, said, "Where do you think this is going?" And he said, "Long term. It's long term." I'm all like, "No, I'm gonna hit it for a few months and have a good time and eat with you
I
and
don't
stuff."
think so,
You think
guys.
it's
It
slowly?
might. Hi. Oh.
Don't worry about J-Dub. He getting himself together. He'll be all right.
I don't think so because Sydney, I think a year ago got out of a 3-year relationship. So I think like it might not be a long term
Oh,
relationship, but
Dante.
I think that they both desire a long term relationship. It might not work, but I think the desire is there, and they probably are serious about making it be that.
Yeah. Well, maybe. I mean, think about it. She did just get out of a 3-year long relationship. She might be just having a good time. Sometimes you got to get back in touch with who you are, and look, I could pull them because my heart is broke. Like, so it's a whole lot that we have to consider when we think about Sydney. And I really feel like Sydney, for me, does not give. I want to be in a relationship. And the reason is right from the beginning when she first came and she was in them balls with Dante, and she said, "I like being single."
Mm-hmm.
So for me, that was okay. So what you doing here, then, girl? Like, you're just here for a little coin, right? A little pocket change.
But you can do both, though. You can enjoy yourself being single while you're single, but still desire a relationship. So
But
I
why are
think
you on a show called Ready to Love?
I think her point was she doesn't have to have a relationship. Like she enjoys this process too.
I
So
see your point. I see your point. But I'm gonna still stand with what I'm saying. I don't think she desires one. Well, maybe in the future she desires
Not
one,
right
but
now.
for now, I feel like she wants to have a good time and show off her body and smile and be pretty and feminine and entice the men, which I'm here for. I think that all women should be dating lots of men at the same time. That's just me. Like, at least get you 2 men. Don't be just like, anyway, that's a whole nother story. What's up, J-Dub?
Hey, Talisa. I just wanted
gonna
to
tell
pop
my
in
business
for a few
with it.
minutes. I didn't have a lot of time today, but I saw you, doing your regular Sunday live, and I just wanted to say anything or, just come and support.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it 110%. You got anything you want to share with the people? First off, if you aren't following It's J-Dub's channel, please go and do that. He be saying some real slick stuff. It'd be funny. I don't always get to comment, but I told myself I'm not watching you on the TV no more. I'm gonna start watching you on my laptop so I could just comment. In the end, okay.
And you did come through. I saw it, and I appreciate it. A woman of your word. We need more.
I am. Wait till I watch Married at First Sight. I got to do my Married at First Sight and review first before I can watch yours, because I'll have your thoughts in my brain and it'll come out.
Exactly. I know it kind of spills over.
Spills over. So
think alike. And I want to just say, even before you ask me, because I do need your direction on, because I'm just popping in. I want to commend you on being that vulnerable on your regular review. You know, like I felt it. I'm an energy person. I'm an emotional person. And again, I want to say out loud, not for one, don't you apologize for tearing up or feeling those emotions. Because a lot of times women take a lot on their shoulders, especially our women. And that is something that we have to depend. That's the primary strength of our community at this point. If we want to be real, is the Black woman. So I commend you on just sharing that, because it showed a lot of vulnerability and it was very transparent. And I really appreciate it. That was real. So.
Thank you, J-Dub. You know I'm a gangster. I don't be doing all that. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I know. We Pisces. We will embrace it. We won't. Yeah, because it's real life.
Yeah, and Virgos will mask it. We don't. What? You don't need to see all them emotions. So yeah, I appreciate that. That means a lot. That means a lot.
J-Dub, you make me miss DC.
Say it again.
You make me miss DC.
Yeah, I mean, that's people. This is where it's at. It's so disappointing, because it's just DC is a what we call it, just a gumbo mixture of cultures and scenes, and I mean, in such a small proximity. As I said, or like I just put it out there, there are places in our area where you can physically walk to 3 states on your feet and do it comfortably. It's something that's just such a unique place, and just like any other city, it's not what it seems. But I've never lived anywhere else, but I can't say I can imagine that a lot of places are better. I would like to experience different places such as Florida, California, but DC is what I know, and you know I can't imagine going somewhere else, for real. So
yeah, it's like me. California is what I know. I can't imagine going somewhere else. I'm always like, where would I go? Where would I go? I have no clue if I would go anywhere else. And I think about weather that y'all have. Like I'm cold at 70 degrees. So like no, like where would I go? So there's
what about
that.
the earthquakes?
That I'm born and raised, ain't nothing. I lay in the bed when the earthquake go. It's like, what? How long is this? Should I get up? Should I not get up? Hell, when we had the last big earthquake, I stayed in the bed the whole time. So I mean, like when you're from here, that's just like y'all with your snowstorms and people with the hurricanes and tornadoes. It's normal. Earthquakes though move ground, and I guess that could be a little unearthing if you're not used to it. You just be like,
you adjust
around. Yeah, everything okay? I have a girlfriend who's from Indiana, and she's all like, every time she screams and runs around, I'm all like, you running around, you're gonna get hit with something. Stay in one spot. So I don't know. I had highlighted my friend Mona. She wrote, yes, Talisa. Mona's the one that asked me the question, when do I get to live in my femininity? Because you're always a boss. You're always in charge. And it made me, I think that might have been 2 years ago. And it made me really have to think about like operating in my femininity. When do I get that opportunity? And we talked about it, my marriage and all of that. When. So I try and be purposeful, but for sure, if I'm intimate with someone, that's when it she'll tell you too, like, yeah, you're a whole nother person with Adventure Bay. You look like a whole, like you turn into this whole soft, like rose petal or some shit. Like, it's like a whole different, like, versus, this. I mean, I think I have a good balance right now. Anyway, I'm rambling. Okay, I'm rambling. Everybody is in here giving you props about DC, how much they miss DC. What's up, Darlinda? Y'all say hi to my sister D. So listen, Antoinette got a question for you. So was the whole show fake?
Well, we can't say what the whole show is fake. I mean, well, let's just say this: reality TV is based on production and fakeness. However, I can like personally say there may be a handful of people who are actually from the DC area that's on the show. Camille kind of feels DC-ish area, DMV. Actually, Moomin is from here. I know somebody who knows Moomin, but anybody else it's all questionable. And you can hear them say it's
Corey
like, yeah, from Chicago. You can hear Aisha's from New York. Phil is from New York.
I think Corey and Libba
actors, and even the guy they brought in the middle of the season, Sean, he was in one of these Tyson's watch and jewelry exchange commercials. So I mean, the show was still going on, but he's popping up in commercials. So it's not real. And people say, well, it doesn't matter. And people move around or transplant just like any other place. If you don't get the essence of the people, you could be just anywhere. You could put anybody in the position. So you certainly need original people who are from the area to kind of get a feel for the area.
Well, hopefully next season they do better. Hopefully they have a lot more people that are at least in the DMV area so that we can get a little more authenticity. Because that's my favorite part, hearing you talk about the city and the people in the city. That aspect of it. Because if they was in LA, baby, let me tell you, y'all would hear all kind of that. She ain't from LA, she a transplant. Y'all would hear, oh yeah, this place is this and that place is, y'all would hear it. So that's like with Snowfall. When I do my Snowfall review, it's so comfortable. And I should have did Insecure because Insecure is in Inglewood and it's close enough. Like I'd be excited. So I get it. I like it. That's part of one of my favorite things, other than your commentary, Jada. Like, yeah. Hi, Lisa. Glad I caught you live. True experience. Oh, come on. I love you too. Thank you. I like when people just every now and again you need to be doted on a little bit. So we finished talking about Aisha and Dante and the financial situation. We didn't get your take on that here.
Well, like I got down in the comments, we get it when they're talking about traditional roles and all of that, but to me, it is a new day and time. Some things don't apply or require adjustments. I mean, everybody has a different belief. I mean, I can speak personally. I guess let's say the lifestyle I live, I couldn't do it on my own. I would require some assistance 100% now. If what makes a person feel better about paying, okay, I take care of the mortgage and you take care of some other things and all that, but I'm not down with you work and you keep all your money because, as I said, we got 2-3 cars outside. If the kids they ain't going to public school, they're going to private school. The cable bill is really $300. It's not a myth. I mean, it's just so expensive. So to say it was different before, Dad might only had the car and Mama stayed home and he bought the groceries. Everybody lived simple. Now children want, $200 and $300 tennis shoes, and the Apple computer costs $2,000. It's real money. It's not monopoly. So if you really, you want that man, so be it. Because what we call it, statistically, is not a plethora of $100,000 men. And guess what? Especially depending where you live, $100,000 ain't no money for real. That gets eaten up quick.
Listen, California, $100,000, you might as well just call it 25 cents.
Yeah. So I mean, everybody can have their own opinion on it, but this ain't 1950s, and it kind of we even get like that with Married at First Sight, when people screaming traditional women. I mean, if you're gonna live traditionally, live it all the way traditionally, because back then, mom ain't going to get $50 and $100 nails, and I mean everything. Just to say you got to take care of everything. I think it's a bit unfair, but like I said, if somebody can do it or is in a position to do it, I don't think anything's wrong with it. But just to say, hey, we're gonna live this life, and you just keep all your money because that makes me. I guess I'm taking care of you. Okay, nah. I'm not feeling that. We do have to do teamwork. I didn't say 50-50. I didn't say that. But like I said, it'd be some real bills hitting every month. And I couldn't expect even one person just taking it on all of it. It's serious. So,
Well, coming from a place where I was the one person taking on all of it, it is not a good feeling. It is it's the thing that ruined my relationship for me. So and in my mind, that's probably why I'm never gonna let me not say never, because I might change my mind. This is why I currently don't want to be married. I don't want to commingle my money. I'm not commingling my finances. So any man I'm dating is just caring for me, right? I got everything else, all the fun stuff. You can do it. You can do the fun stuff. I could do some fun stuff too. Don't get me wrong. I do be paying for trips and dates and stuff like that. But my point being is, I don't need you to take care. That's why I don't need you to take care of this, because I don't want this. I don't want that. That divide. And if we haven't been together long enough and one of us falls down on our luck, then you got one person taking care of your very expensive lifestyle. But I hear you. It is for me, whatever works for your household. Now, don't get me wrong. If a man came in and swept me off my feet and said, I will take care of you, and you can stay in your own house by yourself, I ain't gonna tell him no. I'm gonna be like, okay. Oh, okay. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. So, Faith, I guess your face had a look to it or something. Because Mona said, "What is Faith thinking? What is Faith thinking?" Your whole face was showing.
I'm sorry. I lived in DC for almost 20 years. And a DC man don't mind you paying 50-50. I'm sorry. They do not mind. You can move in tomorrow and pay half the rent. It might be different now. I haven't been there in a while. But they will let you pay half the rent. And so I'm not surprised. And DC is kind of expensive, so, sometimes you do need two incomes. So I'm not above that. But that just, when he was talking, I was like, it sounds familiar. That's all.
50. Like I said, I didn't say 50-50.
Yeah.
I know.
And
I'm just talking in general.
And DC ain't kind of expensive, especially if you're living in the real DC. Like most of us don't live in the real DC no more, because guess what? It's not Chocolate City anymore, quiet as it's kept.
I know.
It's gentrified, so you can't afford to really live in the real DC anymore. It's ridiculous.
It depends on what you make. Like I live not far from U Street, so it depends on what you make. There's people. I'm guessing Phil must make a good amount of money, because where they said he's living over there. It's not NDC, but Pentagon City Way. So that's going to be expensive too. So it just depends on how much you make.
Well, yeah, what you do. Well, also too, a lot of us who grew up in DC, most of us want a different lifestyle, especially when you have children. We don't want our children walking the DC streets. If we spend $700,000, we don't want to live in a townhouse. We want to have a house with some land, so it's not so much. Yeah, we all make I'm not going to say that a lot of us make a means, but however, it's all in what you want and what kind of lifestyle you want to live. But yeah, I think that goes with everywhere. It's the new standard where, it goes deeper than that. Systematically, women are out earning men everywhere, and I can't say why that happens or what it is. It's real. So I get it that a shift has changed. I don't think it's okay, but we can go back just historically, the crack era. When the crack era hit DC, it took all the fathers out the homes. It was very strange for people to have their fathers now living. Like, your father lived with you. Your mother's on her own, or your grandmother took care of you. That's what it was. That's all we saw was strong women holding us up, And I could get that's how some people kind of get stuck in that kind of mindset. They almost looking like for a mother figure, even being a man. And, that's not because they don't know anything. They don't know any better. They haven't seen that. So I get that, because they're lost. It happens. But, do I feel that way? No, but it's really expensive. That's what I can tell you.
Yeah. I was looking at. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Faith.
You go ahead and talk, baby.
When I lived in DC, it was like one of the topics. It was like really expensive. It was like when like they had the rent hike or the price hikes right before the crash, and I lived there during the crash too. The crash didn't really happen too much in DC. Housing kind of kept going up, but what I guess now, like somebody said, it's expensive everywhere though. DC is still expensive compared, but like I think when I lived in DC, it was like New York, LA, DC, and now it's some other little towns in there that's a little more expensive than DC. So
I don't know about that, because I mean, like even right now, $1 million don't get you but so much around here anymore, and that's in and out around DC. So $1 million used to be like the pinnacle. You live in $1 million house. It's kind of common now. It's very common. People well over $1 million, and if you live in DC, we're talking homes that used to be worth what, 400,000, are now worth $4 million. So it's a thing. It's for real.
Yeah, sounds like California.
Yeah, we talking real estate. Yeah, it's real.
Yeah. Yeah. Who else we got left that we even want to talk about? I mean, I think we done talked about everybody. Who we missing?
What y'all think about Moomin and Frank?
I think Frank was just trying to find his way in playing the game. He's shimmying his way to wherever he can fit in to make it. As we see, even like in, I guess, going to the reunion, he's already let Moomin down. He gave a big old Easter speech, at the sand, and just telling her how he's so into her and he's committed and all of this and that. But Frank is playing the game. It's just that, and I really get with, I'm gonna do a correlation with him and Sydney. Sydney is one of the same. She just knows how to move a little bit better. Frank doesn't really come off genuine. That's why he really wasn't connecting with people. He's like a host, like in a bar or something. He can talk to everybody. He's, as Sydney say, he's warm. And as far as Moomin lost credibility with me long time ago when she followed Corey into those woods and got on that log,
and allowed
him to continue his skit behind her and encouraged it. That means she would do or go with anything. So I don't really think much of Moomin. I think she should think more of herself, because it's like she blows with the wind. She's over here with Walter. She's over here with Frank. I mean, she over here. I mean, like on the first date, kissing with a shrimp ball. Doing Lady and the Tramp, and then she's singing a song with Walter, and she's just connecting with everybody, and that's not normal. I mean, we all have different energies. To just connect with everyone, that's something I gotta raise a side out of that, for real.
I will give her some credit in the sense she did appear to be inexperienced, so she really doesn't know how to move, so she doesn't know where to attach herself, so she does come off like that. So I think that's the reason why she was everywhere, because she doesn't know where she belongs. She doesn't know herself yet. That's why she's waiting until, quote unquote, until marriage. I think that's why she's moving the way she moved, is because of that. She doesn't know where to go.
Yeah, I think that's a great perspective. I didn't mean to cut you off. Yeah, because I mean that explains a lot. A lot of people are lost by the way they're moving. You can tell they're trying to find their way, and it just look like it's not making a lot of sense. So that brought me clarity when you said that. So that's why I definitely like to hear, as the number one comment. I love to get in the comments with people and get their perspective, because sometimes I learn some things, and you open my eyes to that. I won't be so tough on her so much. I'm gonna ease up on her.
So you telling me you ain't never dated more than one person at a time, and kissed him on the first date, or you know what I'm saying, felt up on him on the first date? Is that what you saying to me, J-Dub? You ain't never dated more than one person, and that happened?
I'm saying Moomin. I'm saying Moomin seems like she just goes along with anyone. As they say, like she's a pick me. She's choose me. If you choose me, I'm happy. You give me a golf ball, I'm happy. You give me a glass of water, I'm happy. That's all I need. I'll go with you. I'll go with you in the woods. I'll do it, wherever. I'll go whatever. I want to,
I guess I can understand what you're saying, that her actions did not align with the things that she was saying that she wanted in the beginning. I guess I can understand it. And she might have probably should have been careful with the words that we because listen, I say if you want, what is she? 30 what? 30? Yeah, 30?
Yeah, she's 30, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have a good time. Listen, being all shacked up and married ain't all what it's fucking cracked up to be. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me, y'all. I might be. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me.
Somebody made a point in the chat that Moomin wanted Frank like the first day, but Corey was the one that changed her tire, and that kind of might have been the switch up.
But I mean, that was a gentlemanly move, and maybe she thought she saw something different. But Corey was an idiot anyway. Like he just was, I don't know, clown. Let me not say an idiot. That's not fair. He was a clown, like the class clown, in school. So she shouldn't have been able to. She shouldn't. I mean, she should have went out on a date to see what he was about. But I'm with you. I didn't like that whole climb up behind her. But I only said something because I'm not one to, to judge nobody because of the simple fact that they don't tell them what I'm gonna do tomorrow. So, I just mind my own business.
Well, I'm gonna go back to what you said, to climb up behind her. That's not the problem. Corey did that, and he can be a creep and he's weird and all that kind of stuff. But to encourage him to continue, that's where she lost me. I can't make her responsible for Corey, but she's like, well, he was about to get off because you could see she gave the cues that, hey, I'm uncomfortable. But then she's like, hey, I thought you were gonna finish, your skit. Like, Moomin.
I hear you. I see you. I understand it. Yes, I understand it. That's
I like Moomin.
I know. I'm not.
I like her.
You're being too hard on her, honestly, Jay.
I love Moomin.
I feel like she just misplaced. She just misplaced to be.
I don't think so. I think she played the game. Like I think it'll be, we'll see what's happening with her and Frank, but I think that's a thing. I really think that's a thing. Like looking at their Instagrams, at his especially. I don't know how serious of a thing it is, but I think it's something that they're continuing. And I said that because like on one of the lives she was there, and none of her friends was there. She was there clearly for Frank. And like he looked at her, it was like he was smitten. It was like on the background of Aisha's live. So I think it's a thing. I think at the reunion, the not keeping your word, if that's for Frank, it's probably going to be about church.
She seemed pretty upset. So
yeah, she did. And I don't know if that's Frank though. I don't know if that's Frank because they cut away. I'm sure she's gonna argue with him about church or something, but they cut away and she was crying. Corey was crying. I'm like, what is Corey crying for? So I'm thinking that has something to do with Moomin.
Well, we did see another side of Moomin with I guess her interaction with Walter at I think it was a sushi restaurant or something. And a lot of people spoke on that in saying that she really showed up as a different person. I mean, most of us have different sides, but it was more like unbecoming, like she was feeling herself as far as like being a part of the Brown Girl Squad. The attitude was it was offensive a bit. And I was really surprised to see that.
Walter said that.
I was surprised to see her as part of the Brown Girl group. The Brown Girls or whatever they was, brown skin girls. I don't know. I was really surprised because she didn't feel like she fit in with them. She might have been brown skin, but her attitude didn't give me that, except for at the sushi, like you said, at the sushi table. I didn't even correlate the sushi restaurant when she was talking to Walter. I didn't even correlate the two. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I didn't even think about it.
Well, Talisa, I have to say, I got to run. I just wanted to stop by and show support and thank you for all your support. And
of course.
Y'all have a wonderful day.
We're kind of getting ready to end anyway. So I'm grateful that you like to show up. You're about one of the only people that I know is consistent and going to show up on the live. So why
I do my best.
There, you don't show up. I think my feelings be hurt a little bit. Like, where's Jada?
I know that. Listen, I made a point to do so. Even though, listen, I did. I'm straight up. I did that for you. I'm really supposed to be gone somewhere and all that. But I know I can read energy and I can feel that. I said I have to show up. I have to throw on a shirt and show up for Teresa.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You have a good day. We thank you. And everybody loves when you show up. So thank you. Have a good day.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Let's see. Let me see. What else do you ladies want to talk about? I'm gonna put this in one more time because I'll give us about 15 more minutes because I feel like my energy is starting to wane a little bit and I need to go lay down. So you know, I put the link in the chat to join us if you like. No pressure, but we do like to see your face. We do like to see your face. You see these beautiful ladies? We show up.
I just have one thing to say,
Say it, Foster.
The Brown Girls Club. Honestly, isn't all of them every shades of brown? I think people are taking it more than what it is. The Browns Girl Club. I think the reason why they attach it as a negative is because it's Camille and it's Zadia, and they come with the spice. They don't care what people say about them, so that come out as a negative. I'm like, the only person that's like, quote unquote, she's light, like on the spectrum of really past as white is Sabrina. All of them are like every shade of brown, technically.
I don't think the brown skin girl thing, when you're with your friends, you click and you call yourself certain things. That didn't bother me. It was like you said, the attitude definitely bothered me more than anything else. The mean girl vibe attached to it, because if they were brown skin girls and they were kind, we wouldn't have said nothing.
That's the thing. I think that's what it is.
It wouldn't have been an issue
from them.
It wouldn't have been an issue. So I definitely agree with you wholeheartedly. If they were nicer, it would not have had a negative connotation, because they did have brown skin.
And I think it's that they call themselves brown skin and then they kind of like excluded everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what people had a problem with. But the main person they were arguing with was their complexion, basically, Aisha. And one of their best friends is Shiloh, and she's not dark. So I don't think
that's the thing. Yep.
So I don't think it was about the complexion for them.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought maybe that it was, because they didn't say that Shiloh was a brown skin girl.
Or she's not.
She's not.
She's not.
Half-half.
Huh?
I think she's mixed. She's half-half. She's black and
she's Latina, I think. I
think
it was.
Latina.
So yeah. And what I know is she did look old on like the screen, right?
She's the youngest one. They said she's like 30. I'm like, girl, you are not 30. You're not.
I think she just turned like 34, maybe. But it's what it said on her.
When they relieved the cast, they said she was 30 or 30. I'm like, you are not.
Right. But if you look at her on her page, you would see, hey, Chloe. If you looked at her on her page, you would see that she looks a lot younger. Like TV aged her.
Her page is different.
Getting a tweet or something, because she was looking tired and old, and that's not what it was about.
Yeah.
I say hi to my girl Chloe. I know all y'all is following Chloe Johnson.
Hello.
And Garlinda. I mean, not y'all. I was talking about the people in the chat. So
we're following them.
Let me see. What Moomin was nice. She tried to stop Camille from acting a fool at the pool party. She did. But a fool gonna be a fool and don't need they ain't gonna understand no guidance. So I don't know. There's a couple verses if you Bible reader, Bible thumper, Christian. There's a few Bible scriptures about fools, but we can find them in anybody's religious passage. So I don't like people that belittle other people or make dismiss people, and Camille just did that, and it just was horrible for me to watch. Yeah. Oh look, okay, so we got V got in here before we said goodbye. V was like, let me run up in here. Hey girl, hey,
Hi, just
how
saying
are you? Did you get your hands inflated or something? Because I don't think
Nah, I just switched it up a little bit, put it up. I just be doing weird things. But I'm glad you're feeling better.
thank you. Thank you. I'm definitely on the mend. But I can feel that it's time for me to lay down. So in a minute we're gonna say I'm gonna give us a little bit more time. Oh yeah, 2:00. That's it. Because my laptop is saying it's gonna be time to go too. So
Okay.
tell us what you got, V. Tell us what you got.
Okay, so I know I just ran up in here. I agree with J Dub on Moomin. She's lovely, she's cute, she carries herself very well, very classy. But to me, she really comes off as a pick me. She would have went with to me, she would have went with anybody who would have went with her. Even though she wanted Frank from the beginning, it was pretty obvious. She seemed sort of like Phil. She seemed to try to blend in wherever with whoever she was with. Phil like change outfits, change hats, change personalities with whatever group he was with. Moomin seemed to try to connect with anybody that was there. That's my thought on Moomin.
You don't think that maybe she might have been trying to connect with someone, but was really just like trying to see where she fit in? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I think maybe she. I mean, I guess we're gonna use the age as a thing, but I mean, it took me a while. I'm 41. It took me a while to find myself and figure out what I was gonna do with myself. So maybe that is the reason. But how it reads on the show to me is it looks like she's, like I said, get in where you fit in. She was trying to connect. Maybe she was playing the game. Maybe she was trying to get to the end. I mean, a lot of the other people were playing the game. You can't fault her for playing it too, but
I mean, yeah,
that's just how it
she's a
came off
singer.
to me.
I mean, she's a singer. She wants her career to be boosted too, right?
Yep.
I didn't see. I mean, except for when Jada pointed out the whole like grinding thing, I didn't see anything wrong with her dating all the people. Like, hell, date them all and see who fits. And it worked out for it worked out in her favor to make it to the end.
I hope so. I hope
I
that
bet.
clip isn't about Frank. I really hope that it worked out with the two of them. They have similar cultures. They seem to mesh really well. The family liked her. I think maybe the waiting for marriage thing might be a thing because Frank is so hypersexual or whatever. Frank and Walter, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. Frank and Walter came off as some freaks to me. I don't know if that's way to say that, but and they kept trying to talk to the people that were saving themselves. I don't like when people try to talk people out of their convictions and stuff. If you know you're gonna play with them, you shouldn't even try to go down that route. Same way like how Sabrina kept saying she didn't want a child, and Walter said he wants a child, which I don't believe that anything Walter said. They had no business even getting to the end with each other. Like there seemed to be some really crazy connections. The only one I thought was kind of a good connection was only one I'm here for is Aisha and I just lost his whole name. Oh,
Dante.
Dante. Even though he has the 3 kids and 3 baby mama thing, which is a big red flag to me, but he looked good. I would say that.
I don't like his teeth. So
oh yeah, the teeth are not right. But
there's that. But I feel like teeth
his
can
mouth
be fixed.
closed and he just was smiling.
Teeth can be fixed. My husband had a whole ass missing tooth in the front when I met him. Believe me when I tell you, we fixed that. Yeah, we fixed that. Because I'm okay with some things can be fixed. But he's an attractive man, and I actually, the 3 baby mama thing. Like I said, I got 2 baby daddies. I ain't doing no better than he is, right? Like I'm in damn near in the same predicament. Had I got pregnant one more time, if I had a child by my husband, that would have been 3 babies by 3 baby daddies, right? And so, it's no different if he's taking care of them. That's
that's the part. You didn't really hear about what he was doing when he got along with the baby mother. You couldn't figure it out what was really going on. He was really presenting himself surface, right?
I agree with that.
You really didn't know. So Aisha might be in for a surprise. Aisha in that blue dress, she was so stunning. But she might be in for a surprise. I don't know.
Yeah. I would agree that he was very surface. We didn't learn a lot about him, right? We didn't get a lot of depth actually from any of them. When you think about it, we don't know nothing about these people except for that Sabrina is from Seoul, Korea. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, somebody just said that Shiloh was Cherokee and black. I think. I thought she had a little Latin in her too, but that makes sense. You know,
I think
we
she
don't
said her
know much.
father was from Barbados. Phil's father is because they did a live. I have a Haitian background too. I'm Haitian, so but Phil's father is Haitian and her father is from Barbados. I'm not sure what the mom was.
Yeah, but they didn't tell us that. If you hadn't watched the
Nope.
live, you
You have to
wouldn't have
watch the live.
That
known. You
was
had to watch the
Sydney.
live.
Sydney's dad is from Barbados.
Yeah. Oh,
Shiloh, I
sorry.
think.
Yeah, Sydney. Yeah,
Shiloh,
Sydney.
I think, is Trinidad.
Okay. Okay. You're right. You're right. It was. Yep.
Listen, see, we don't even know. We don't even know. We don't know anything about these people. And I really would like to see a little more depth, some more. And maybe they are having these conversations and they're not on screen because it's not, marketable. It's not going to sell the show. You know what I mean? But we want to see that. I mean, at least the adults do. I don't want to see, I like the drama, don't get me wrong, but I do want to see the depth. I really want to see real connections and depths, but we know that that's not what this show is freaking about. Okay, go, Faye.
I like the moment between Sydney and Phil because I feel like everybody was kind of opening up to Phil and Phil was just listening. But there was a moment where he opened up to Sydney where he talked about his mom passing. And a lot of people think that relationship is surface, and it may be, but I think that a lot of people might think he chose her because he's sexually attracted to her. And it's true, he can't keep his hands off her.
Be attracted to me sexually, please.
It's a good thing, right? It's what you're supposed to be. But I think that he was able to get deeper with her than he was with anybody else. And that's probably part of his decision as well. Like to hear them saying they talk for hours on the phone, and we never heard him say anything about his life to anybody. It's just them telling him. So
yeah, but listen. But I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. They're not giving me no depth, and I wasn't happy with this season. But I guarantee you, I'm gonna watch again. I'm gonna watch again close to the screen. And if it's horrible, I'll just be like, "This is horrible," or they did better, right? So hopefully. Oh, let me say that. Thank you. Stay tuned. The gift. She said Sydney saw the gift that Phil brought with him on choosing day and knew she made the right choice. Now listen to what I'm about. This. I thought to myself, girl, you getting a bracelet? What y'all was doing? What kind of, we get gifts before we lay down. Okay. We get gifts, but we don't get bracelets. We don't. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Somebody tell me now in the comments later or before that you got a gift of that kind of magnitude, because it looked like it was from a jewelry store, right? J-Dub has said he thought it might have been a David Yerman or a Tiffany, and we know them is expensive gifts.
I've gotten gifts before doing the deed, but that's just because that person was a giver and they like to give gifts.
Were they bracelets and stuff like that?
I've gotten a bracelet, yeah.
Yeah, before.
I ain't never.
But this person just takes my stuff. So, but I think Phil fooled with, allegedly with Shiloh and Sydney. I think people were doing their thing in the background. You cannot tell me that Dante and Aisha didn't do anything.
Hands down, when she walked to that door,
like the chemistry is like, ooh, it's like
when she walked to that door, she said, "I'm back again." I was like, "Oh, okay, back again." You've been there before, sis. Yeah. You know what I mean? So okay, so y'all just look, all of y'all is just all y'all received expensive gifts before intimacy. I have never received an expensive gift. But then hold on, let me just say, I ain't want to wait a long time either. So this probably could have a lot to do with it. Okay. So that maybe if I waited a little longer, I ain't gonna lie to y'all and act like I'm over here waiting 90 days or some shit like that. No, I'm not.
Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it.
I just, and then, listen, I'm about to tell all my business. Never mind. Okay. Never mind. I think in my 40s, I'm a lot wiser than I was when I was in my 20s, but I still, do what feels good to me and make a wise decision when I'm doing what feels good to me. Where before I might have just been going along with the program, but now, anyway.
There's a gentleman that I know who says that, I guess he's of the, I don't know if I'm allowed to say his name, but he's of the Kevin Samuels mindset. And he feels like if you're above 35, you shouldn't be holding back anything. If anything, it'll help.
You can't tell me what to do.
Exactly. That's why we argue all the time. But that's his thought. He's like, you can't afford to be keeping it to yourself.
I can. If I want to, I can.
And
if I'm keeping it to myself, is because I'm being purposeful and intentional. And maybe it could be that I don't fucking like you. How about that?
Exactly.
So a woman of a specific age makes a decision and sticks to it. Any woman over 35, we say, if you're saying I'm dating with a purpose and intention and I'm not doing this, you stick to it. If you say I'm gonna sleep with you because I like you, you do it. We make wise decisions for us. Like I'm not even finna.
I just wanted to say that on a live, Sydney suggested that her and Phil hadn't done the do yet.
That they had not?
They had not. That's the suggestion.
Okay. Yes, Mona, Dante's house looked really nice. It did look nice. So I do wonder. Somebody asked, "What does he do for a living?" He might have a decent job.
It said he was. It said he was some type of deputy administrator. So I think he worked in government.
Superintendent.
Yeah, or the school system, something.
Oh, that also speaks to why he didn't act a fool on that show when that girl was pointing in his face. He was like, "Listen, I have a real ass job.
What job?"
So, I'm not gonna be in here acting a fool. You're not about to ruin my livelihood, and I have to start all over. Hey, Paula Spick, happy Sunday. Okay, I think I'm done. Y'all done? Y'all got anything left you want to say? Anything? I first want to say thank you all for just jumping on screen with me and showing your beautiful faces. I like when you guys come on, even when you don't show your face, but it just makes me feel like so much closer when I see you. And then when we comment in the comments and we talking, now I'm all like, I know who it is, and I know what her face is like. Like I know if she's smiling or if she laughing or she like, this is stupid. I can see it because we've had some interaction. So I want to say next Sunday, don't be afraid to come on here live with us, because next Sunday we might just not be talking about Ready to Love. But we might also be talking about Married at First Sight. We're gonna see how I feel.
I'm ready for that.
I'm gonna watch it today. I'm gonna try and have my review up by tomorrow. It was
Get ready for the ride.
Oh yeah. And last year I had to stop. Okay, I had to stop. So
I did too.
Yeah, but this year I'm going all the way through. I'm going in. I'm going in. I'm gonna do it. Watch. I'm going hard. I'm always singing and shit. Y'all, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. We will be here every Sunday in the 12 o'clock hour. That means between 12 and 1, somewhere up in there. I'm shooting for 12:30, but it depends on how I'm feeling. So between 12 and 1, we will be here. Even after all these shows are over, we'll still come and we'll talk, because I like having this kind of community where we could talk about everything. And I want to make sure that one of these times we talk about love languages. J-Dub has said to me, make sure we talk about love languages. So maybe that'll be on a live. I don't know. Maybe it won't. Maybe it'll be separate. We'll see how the wind blows. But know that I love you in real life and want every good thing that God has in store for you, even if you don't know what that is for yourself. Hugs and kisses and lots of love. I will see you guys on the next review. I am going to lay down.
All right.
Thank you. Y'all have a good evening.
You too.